Chen Xuan travels through the infinite altar to become a chaotic demon god, but is unexpectedly pulled into a chat group. Nie Xiaoqian. Welcome newcomers. Mechanical Skynet. Newcomer explosive photo. JPG. Looking at these familiar names, Chen Xuan took a photo of himself as a chaos demon god and sent it to the group, causing infinite vibration. Then he typed, "I am the god of chaos, the king of the gods, the supreme ruler. Those who recite my true name among the heavens can attain eternal life and immortality." Nie Xiaoqian offers the incomplete 6 paths of reincarnation, triggering a billion-fold increase and obtaining the heavenly skill of 6 paths of reincarnation. Mechanical Skynet offers 7 billion human beliefs, with an increase of billions of times main characters. Chen Xuan, Nie Xiaoqian keywords of the novel. Me, the Chaos God, now preaching to the heavens without pop-ups. Me, the Chaos God, now preaching to the heavens. Download the complete text. Me, the Chaos God, now preaching to the heavens. Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Those who recite their true names can attain eternal life and immortality. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hongmeng Spacetime, Chaotic World. An ancient demon god has completed its evolution and officially emerged. He is Chen Xuan, a blue star traveler, and also the Chaos 3000 demon gods. The demon god opened his pale golden eyes, recalling the apocalypse in his memory, and couldn't help but murmur sorrowfully. I have traveled through time to become a demon god, or a chaotic demon god in charge of the law of faith of the 3000 avenues. Does this not mean that I am destined to fall in the calamity of the heavens? After all, in this chaos, there is no weak creature that can provide me with the power of faith. As a demon god whispering words fell, Chen Xuan suddenly noticed a mysterious altar added to the chaotic space around him. What is this altar? Chen Xuan, with a hint of doubt on his face, injected chaotic magic into the interior of the altar and received an infinitely uplifting message. The altar belongs to his golden finger, which can practice the laws of faith and increase the offerings of believers infinitely. The blue star walker indeed has a golden finger, and the 404 harmony god sincerely does not deceive me. Chen Xuan's heart was uplifted, and he opened the mouth of the demon god to the infinite amplification altar, spitting out a ray of faith law carrying a dreamy aura. The root of this strand of law is the root of demons, the foundation of the Tao, and the source of the Tao. As this strand of faith roots drifted into the infinite altar, the altar itself bloomed with infinite radiance, emitting waves of sacred worship sounds. Detect a strand of faith law roots, trigger a 10,000-fold increase in sacrifice, and the host successfully reaps the roots of 10,000 faith laws. Boom! The root of the faith law of Wan Dao turned into a stream of light and rapidly flowed back into Chen Xuan's body, causing his chaotic demon god to expand like a balloon, expelling countless chaotic energies in a very short time and growing to 9.99 million zhang. Incarnation, the demon god ancient snake that can devour the vast world. If such a massive demon serpent body descended upon the world of Nordic gods, it would definitely be suspected to be the biological father of the serpent Yemenkade, who surrounds the world. Of course, the root of the belief law of 10,000-fold growth not only brought Chen Xuan physical growth, but also further deepened his understanding of the path of faith. The cultivation level is directly elevated from the great Luo golden immortal realm to the quasi-holy realm. This kind of growth situation made Chen Xuan exclaim. The infinite amplification altar gold finger was indeed powerful, able to elevate his newly born chaos demon god directly from the great Luo golden immortal to the quasi-holy realm. And at that moment, a strange voice rang in Chen Xuan's ear. Ding! The divine level chat group sent out a random invitation. Do you agree to the invitation? Chen Xuan was surprised. He didn't expect that he had just become a quasi-saint level chaos demon god and was invited by a mysterious god level chat group. This chat group can connect with the chaos demon god. Is it possible that it is a chat group recorded in those novels before time travel that can connect with various types of worlds? If that's the case, then the demon god may be able to develop chat group members into believers and establish various heavenly demon god sects, harvesting faith from various heavens and worlds to accelerate the control of faith laws and become a great Tao-level powerhouse. Thinking of a hint of brilliance in Chen Xuan's eyes, he immediately agreed to join the divine-level chat group. Shua, a virtual screen emitting a hint of radiance, refreshed in front of Chen Xuan's eyes. Nie Xiaoqian. Wow, there are new members joining the group. Warm welcome. Mechanical Skynet. Add another new member to the divine-level chat group, sprinkle flowers. Demon Queen. Let's take a photo of the newcomer and show our queen how she looks. Chen Xuan looked at the constantly refreshing chat information in front of him, as well as the familiar group chat names, and thoroughly confirmed that this chat group was the existence that could connect with the heavens, and was the anchor point for his future development of the belief in the heavens. Therefore, he squinted his eyes and murmured. To develop faith in chat groups, one must first speak out. And the demon queen just said in the group that she wants to see my real photos, so take a photo and send it to the group. After the words fell, Chen Xuan opened the chat group's photo-taking function to take a selfie of his 9.99 million zhang terrifying demon body and send it to the god-level chat group. Nie Xiaoqian. What is this? Mechanical Skynet. This creature is too big. It's even bigger than the entire mechanical blue star. Demon Queen. It's unbelievable, it's unbelievable. How could there be such a huge creature in the world? The photo presented in front of the three group members is an extremely large demon snake tail, which is countless times larger than the ancient snake tail of a planet. It sinks and floats in the vast chaos, resembling the incarnation of an ancient god and the ultimate terrifying character. This photo shocked the members of the group infinitely, as they couldn't imagine how huge the true body of this creature was. In the mechanical blue star, the intelligent core of the mechanical Skynet, which has already unified the human world, cannot calculate the true size of that terrifying creature through countless quantum calculations. The demon queen in the world of Shenhe exclaimed, the ultimate fear faced by the Shenhe universe is probably not as terrifying as this terrifying creature. In the world of Qiannu Ghost, the ghost Nie Xiaoqian guessed from the bottom of her heart that even the supreme demon suppressed by the 6 paths of reincarnation may not be as terrifying as the creatures in the photo. Newcomer, what happened to the photo you posted? What kind of divine is the creature in the photo? Newcomer, could you please explain it in detail? Mechanical Skynet, Demon Queen, and Nie Xiaoqian, 3 chat group members, jointly sent out shocking inquiries in the divine-level chat group. Chen Xuan smiled and typed, that photo is my selfie. What? The demon queen of the divine river world stood up from the throne, her stunning face showing endless horror. She didn't expect the new person's photo to be his own selfie. And Nie Xiaoqian and Mechanical Skynet were also amazed by Chen Xuan's words. In an instant, the god-level chat group fell silent. Upon seeing this scene, Chen Xuan realized that his goal of being ahead of others had been achieved, so he typed and spoke in the group, recounting his own background. I am the god of chaos, the king of all gods, supreme ruler. Those who recite my true name among the heavens can attain eternal life and immortality. Chapter 2. Demon God Worship Method Chaos Gods. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The Supreme Demon God in Chaos. Reciting its true name in reincarnation can lead to eternal life and immortality. The background of the new members in the divine-level chat group is amazing. The Devil Queen's stunning face revealed infinite shock. At this moment, she had already realized that the new members of the chat group were the supreme beings above the divine river universe. The so-called ultimate fear, compared to this supreme demon god, is too far away. And Nie Xiaoqian, the ghost world of Qiannu, stared at the chat group messages, her red lips slightly parted, and her stunning face was filled with astonishment. Obviously, she didn't expect the newcomer to have such a big background, to be a great demon god in chaos. Nie Xiaoqian once heard an ancient legend that the cycle of the underworld was transformed by an ancient god and demon. The existence of the underworld is also related to the chaos god, Nie Xiaoqian murmured to herself with a dazed expression on her face. The mechanical blue star world, the intelligent core of mechanical Skynet, was also deeply impressed by Chen Xuan's background. And just as the three members of the group were infinitely shocked, Chen Xuan uploaded the Demon God Sacrifice Law file owned by his own belief rule, the Demon God, to the chat group and typed it out, saying, "Belief in me, spreading my divine light to countless worlds, can obtain my divine favor and power. You can also achieve great freedom, great detachment, and great freedom." The three people in the group quickly downloaded the Demon God Sacrifice method and conducted related research. The intelligent core of mechanical Skynet mobilizes all computing power in the first time to study the demon worship method. And the Demon Queen also mobilized celestial computers to calculate the fundamental knowledge of the Demon God worship method. Only Nie Xiaoqian, after downloading, began to focus on reciting the Demon God Sacrifice method and believe in the Supreme Chaos God. Chaos God, please accept my faith, descend the grace of the gods, and take refuge in Xiaoqian. Xiaoqian, in the Lanrua temple, recites the Demon God worship method. With the recitation of the ritual, her ghost body began to transform from emptiness to reality, and the spiritual thoughts of the ghost also began to shift from yin to yang. This is the transformation of the materialization of the soul, the ultimate transformation of the soul. If there is a cultivation power that can come to Lanrua temple, one must be able to see Nie Xiaoqian's ghost transform directly from a ghost afraid of 9 days of wind and rain to a yang soul fearless of wind and rain. At the same time, dark clouds suddenly appeared on the sky of Lanrua temple. Dark clouds are both calamity and difficulty. The tree demon grandma hidden in a cave saw the sky mutate and showed a solemn expression, saying, "This is a ghost immortal calamity." Besides grandma, there are other ghost kings who cross the calamity at Lanrua temple. Boom! Boom! The terrifying thunder fell from the sky and cut the Lanrua temple into ruins, even the earth was blasted with endless flames and flames. It's just such a terrifying thunder disaster, but it can't kill the demonic believers under the protection of the sacrificial radiance. In the end, 9 thunderbolts flashed through, and Nie Xiaoqian, a follower of the demon god, successfully crossed the tribulation, achieving a ghost immortal level existence. At the same time, Nie Xiaoqian completely recited the demon god worship method and regained her perception of the outside world. She opened her brown eyes and saw that the Lanrua temple had turned into ruins, and there was also a surge of ghostly magic in her body. Just reciting the demon god worship method can transform me into a ghost immortal. Nie Xiaoqian widened her eyes, her heart filled with astonishment. She didn't expect the sacrificial method uploaded by the great chaos god to be so powerful, directly transforming her from an unknown little ghost to a ghost fairy. Nie Xiaoqian's faith in the chaos god skyrocketed and she became a fanatic believer. "Xiaoqian, have you become a ghost fairy?" The tree demon grandma moved her body to the ruins of Lanrua temple not far away, staring at the stunning figure on the ruins that looked like an exiled immortal, and said in amazement, "Grandma, Xiaoqian has indeed become an immortal. Do you want to know the secret of becoming an immortal?" Nie Xiaoqian turned around and showed a mysterious smile to the tree demon grandma. Upon hearing this, the tree demon grandma was extremely surprised and excited, saying, "Xiaoqian, are you willing to tell grandma the secret of immortality?" "Of course, as long as you gather 100 ghosts to offer sacrifices to that great deity, you can receive that great commendation and achieve the supreme immortality." Nie Xiaoqian's stunningly beautiful face showed a serious expression, revealing the great sacrificial method in the demon god worship method. She confirmed that as long as the establishment of an altar for the worship of the demon god is successful, it can attract the attention of the real demon god in the endless chaotic time and space. At that time, the chaos god will descend in immeasurable magical radiance upon this world, making it a world under the protection of the gods. The 100 Ghosts Sacrifice. No problem, arrange it immediately. The tree demon grandma agreed to Nie Xiaoqian without hesitation in order to become an immortal, and immediately summoned a group of ghosts to prepare for the 100 Ghosts Sacrifice. And Nie Xiaoqian herself logged into the divine-level chat group and expressed gratitude to her belief in the supreme chaotic demon god. Thank you very much, Your Majesty, for descending the demon god sacrifice law. Xiaoqian ascended to the sky in one step, transforming from a small ghost soul to a yang soul ghost fairy. With powerful immortal-level magic power, even the tree demon grandma would fear and envy her existence. In the world of Shenhe, the demon queen who mobilized celestial computers to study the demon god sacrifice law, saw Xiaoqian's comments in the group chat and widened her eyes, typing and asking Nie Xiaoqian. Xiaoqian, have you already recited the demon god sacrifice method? Ghost Immortal Nie Xiaoqian said, yes, just reciting the sacrificial ritual naturally led to the ultimate transformation and the achievement of Ghost Immortal. The demon queen was surprised and said, just reciting scriptures. Guixian Nie Xiaoqian said, yes, the scriptures bestowed by the great chaos god possess supreme power. Hiss. The demon queen took a cold breath and a deep shock appeared in her eyes. The demon queen has had communication with Nie Xiaoqian and knows that Nie Xiaoqian's side is a world of cultivation. The so-called ghost immortals are equivalent to the existence of gods in the divine river world who are immune to attacks from physical laws. However, this level of deity can only be achieved by reciting the demon god worship method, which is unbelievable. In the world of Mechanical Blue Star, some of the intelligent computing power of Mechanical Skynet has been following the god-level chat group. Seeing the communication between the demon queen and Nie Xiaoqian, I was shocked and deeply respected the great existence of the chaos god. Subsequently, he became increasingly interested in the chaos uploaded to the chat group's demon god sacrifice method and arranged for robots to build more quantum computers, mobilize more and more computing power, to study the root mysteries of the sacrifice method scriptures. The chaotic airflow shook, and the ancient demon god, the ancient snake, revived from his slumber. He gazed at the discussion content on the god-level chat group screen, which was shimmering with light, and smiled happily, saying, the first group member Nie Xiaoqian has already taken the bait. As long as she holds a sacrifice, I can connect with that world, plunder faith from that world, and completely turn that world into a chaotic demon god pasture. After the words fell, Chen Xuan typed in the group chat and said, Nie Xiaoqian, being invited to the divine-level chat group with you proves that we have a connection, and the demon god sacrifice method is only a basic method for me. Is the demon god sacrifice method just a basic method? Chaos god, how powerful. Nie Xiaoqian's red lips turned into an O shape in the world of Qiannu Ghost, and she was extremely amazed and thought of it in her heart. Chapter 3. Tower of Heaven. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Nie Xiaoqian, who was amazed, respectfully spoke in the group, Your Majesty, the great chaos god, I want to hold a grand demon worship for you in my world. Chen Xuan saw these words and a smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. When the demon queen and the mechanical Skynet saw Nie Xiaoqian's words, they all thought of the sacrificial information recorded in the demon god sacrifice law. The worship of faith by sentient beings towards the demon god can attract the gaze of the great chaotic demon god and obtain endless divine grace from the great demon god. Thinking of this, the demon queen had an idea in her heart and made a request to Nie Xiaoqian in the god-level chat group. Xiaoqian, can you live stream during the sacrifice? I want to see how grand the scene of the demon god sacrifice is. Mechanical Skynet. Me too. Nie Xiaoqian said, no problem, I will start a live broadcast to show you the greatest sacrifices and attract you to become followers of the supreme deity. Qiannu Ghost World, Nie Xiaoqian earnestly agreed. She has prepared the largest and most amazing sacrifice, contributing the most faith to the supreme chaos demon god, allowing chaos god to cast the most gazes and divine grace. I want to declare to the world that there is no ancient god in this world, murmured Nie Xiaoqian, as she descended onto Lanruozhen as a young soul ghost immortal. The entire people of Lanruo town must go to Lanruo temple to worship the demon god on the day of the opening of the Ghost Gate on July 14th. This action caught the attention of Yen Qixia, a cultivator in the mortal world. He gazed at the magnificent figure floating in the sky and daring to appear under the big sun, showing a solemn expression. On July 14th, the day of the opening of the Ghost Gate, there must be a big problem with the ritual. I must personally go and see what this female Ghost King is up to on that day. On the Black Mountain of the Underworld Land Mansion, the Black Mountain Old Demon also received a message from the Tree Demon Grandma. Tree Demon Grandma expressed. Nie Xiaoqian has become a ghost immortal, and her grandmother can no longer force Nie Xiaoqian to marry the Black Mountain Old Demon. After reading this message, the Black Mountain Old Demon himself was completely bewildered. In his own opinion, although Nie Xiaoqian is beautiful, she is just a little ghost. She has not undergone thousands of years of cultivation, so a little ghost like Nie Xiaoqian cannot become a ghost fairy. The Death Tree Demon is so brave that he dares to deceive me, the king of demons. He really doesn't know how to live or die. The Black Mountain Old Demon sat on the Black Mountain and said with a strange smile, on July 14th, the day the Ghost Gate opens, the Black Mountain Old Demon will personally destroy your old locust tree and marry Xiaoqian. The Black Mountain Old Demon waved his black coat and issued the Black Mountain King's order to the demons and ghosts under his command. Send the order, gather the Yin soldiers and ghost generals, and go to the present world on the day of the opening of the Ghost Gate in the sun on July 14th to suppress the tree demons. Follow the instructions of the Ghost King. Follow the instructions of the Ghost King. On the misty Black Mountain, hundreds or even thousands of demons and ghosts raised black flags in response to the orders of the Black Mountain Demon. The chaotic world knows no years, and as the chaotic demon god, with just closed and raised eyes, 10 days have passed in the heavens. The ghost world of Qiannu has finally arrived on July 14th, the day when the gates of ghosts are wide open. On this day, Nie Xiaoqian officially launched a chat group live broadcast at the moment when the sun was rising. I saw Nie Xiaoqian standing under the rising red sun, illuminated by the warm sunlight, like a goddess of the sun descending to earth, extraordinary and special. This scene caught Chen Xuan's attention. He waved the tail of the demon god's black scales that covered the sky and sun, emitting a joyful and chaotic sound. The day of sacrifice has finally arrived, and my path to preach to the heavens is finally about to take the first step. In the world of mechanical Skynet, the core of Skynet's intelligent equipment has opened its mechanical eye, stopped computing the demon god worship method, and turned its gaze to the live chat screen, emitting mechanical sounds. In the past 10 days, I have invested billions of intelligent devices to build dozens of quantum computers, and have invested all the computing power of these computers into the calculation of the demon god worship method. However, I still cannot calculate any mystery about the worship method. It's time to shift the research direction and observe Nie Xiaoqian's official live broadcast of the demon god sacrifice method. Perhaps we can observe the mysterious root of the sacrifice method from it in the divine river world. The demon queen observed Nie Xiaoqian starting a live broadcast in a divine level chat group. She then glanced at the celestial computer next to her, which was constantly operating but could not calculate any results. She frowned helplessly and said, "For the past 10 days, I have mobilized the demon celestial computer and borrowed the death god Karl's celestial clock to calculate with all my might. However, I still cannot figure out the mystery of the demon god sacrifice method. The existence of that sacrifice method is like a flower in the mist, which cannot be calculated by the celestial computer. It seems that we still need to watch Xiaoqian's live sacrificial ceremony and carefully observe the live footage to understand the true mystery contained in the sacrificial ceremony." As these two words fell, the demon queen and the mechanical Skynet both focused their attention on the live broadcast footage and took the audience seriously. "Demon queen sister, mechanical Skynet, you are here. In the ghost world of Qiannu, dressed in a holy and smooth saintly attire, Nie Xiaoqian noticed the increase in the number of viewers watching the live broadcast, her red lips slightly raised, revealing an unparalleled smile. Xiaoqian, let's watch the live broadcast now. Come on, we look forward to the perfect live ceremony. The Demon Queen and mechanical Skynet emit colored barrage in the live broadcast room. Nie Xiaoqian nodded slightly, stepped out of her tender and delicate calves, and quickly arrived at the Nine Heavens heavenly dome, looking at the entire Lanruazan from a divine perspective. Through Nie Xiaoqian's live broadcast view, Demon Queen and mechanical Skynet saw the entire town's crowd surging towards a central point. That is the center of Lanrua town, a grand and sacred platform like the immortal cloud platform. This building is the demon god sacrifice platform, and it is also the tallest building constructed by the tree demon grandma, who gathered the power of 100 ghosts within 10 days. At a height of nearly 100 meters, straight into the clouds. Like the Tower of Heaven. Look, that's the demon god sacrifice field. At dusk, when the ghost gate is wide open, the fire of the sacrifice will be lit on time. Nie Xiaoqian pointed to the high platform building and said seriously. After listening to the Demon Queen and the mechanical Skynet, they began to look forward to the official performance of the demon god sacrifice. Chapter 4. All sentient beings believe in me, and I will bless them. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The dusk moment has arrived. The Lanrua sacrificial site is bustling with people and brightly lit. Thousands of people sat cross-legged on the lus, gazing at the cloud platform sacrificial site. And at this moment, waves of wind blew up. Countless fierce ghosts returned to this world from the underworld in this dusk. This is the gates of the underworld, and the ghosts have closed. Thousands of people in Lanrua town felt the qi and wind surrounding their bodies, causing their hair to stand on end and shiver. They have already started to fear. On the day of Ghost Festival on July 14th in previous years, the people lived at home. But this year, the people were coerced by Nie Xiaoqian, the young soul ghost immortal, and had no choice but to come here and wait for the sacrifice. The surrounding wind has become increasingly gloomy, and the temperature has also become lower. Even the suffocating breath from thousands of people has turned white. This abnormal situation has made the people feel uneasy. They began to pray in their hearts, and the ritual began and ended quickly. And at this moment, Nie Xiaoqian appeared in a white holy costume, with a demeanor like a banished fairy, clear and not demonic. As soon as she appeared, thousands of people present were attracted to her. Too beautiful. Too beautiful. This is a female ghost, like a banished fairy. Thousands of people were amazed in their hearts. I, Nie Xiaoqian, hereby declare that the demon god worship has officially begun. Nie Xiaoqian lifted her red lips lightly and said these words. As these words fell, Nie Xiaoqian recited the scripture of the demon god sacrifice from her memory. Great Chaos Supreme, your power is infinite, The scripture contains endless primordial divine power and endless demonic power, but in an instant, a 7-colored flame burns on the altar of worship. The tree demon grandma, who was invisible on the side, squinted her eyes excitedly and said, Xiaoqian, Grandma believes in you once and hopes to recite scriptures to worship that person. It really can make Grandma immortal. As the words fell, the tree demon grandma revealed her true form and summoned all the ghosts to recite the scriptures of the demon god sacrifice method. The Great Chaos. Boom. The 7-colored flames above the gimbal have grown more than 10 times larger. Thousands of people present, upon seeing this miraculous scene, also chanted the demon god worship method with the 100 ghosts. The sound of sacrifice resounds throughout the world. The entire town of Lanrua is filled with sacrificial scriptures, and even the empty flames of the altar are filled with miraculous runes. At the same time, the people, the ghosts, and the tree demon grandma all saw in their minds an unparalleled greatness, which existed in a body larger than heaven and earth, and was an absolute ancient chaotic deity. Faith arises at this moment. Belief has connected ancient myths, combined with colorful flames, and transformed into a sacrificial talisman that constantly resonates, as if to accumulate strength to run through ancient and modern time and space, connecting endless and distant chaos. This scene was watched by the Devil Queen and Mechanical Skynet in the chat group. The incredible rune seems to contain the ultimate mystery. After observing carefully for a while, the Demon Queen stood up from the throne and made a frightened voice. I just need to move my gaze away and I will forget the appearance of that rune. Even a celestial computer cannot record that divine offering rune. This is amazing. This rune is unbelievable, it's unbelievable. Mechanical Blue Star World and Mechanical Skynet exclaimed in unison. Just now, Mechanical Skynet controlled lithography machines, steel machine tools, pens, stone engraving and other methods to record that rune, but they have never been successful. Even with hundreds of quantum computers for computation, it is impossible to record that rune. This situation causes the Mechanical Skynet data to become chaotic, lagging, and freezing. After a long time, the intelligence of the Mechanical Skynet completed self-adjustment and returned to normal. It made a judgment together with the Demon Queen, confirming that there was a big secret in the rune of the demon god sacrifice, but their strength was insufficient to fully penetrate the mystery. This feeling is very bad. It's like encountering an oasis in the desert and discovering a gold mine on the seabed, powerless and unable to do anything. Perhaps I should recite the demon god sacrifice method once, so that I can truly understand the hidden mysteries of the sacrifice method. Thoroughly confirming that I cannot use the power of calculation to uncover the mysterious root of the demon god sacrifice method, I murmured to myself. At this moment, the live broadcast footage of the ghost world of the Chen changed. The sacrificial rune on the altar had accumulated enough power, emitting an immeasurable and invisible sacrificial radiance that penetrated the sky and established contact with the ancient demon gods in the chaotic world outside the world. The giant ancient god of 9 million zhang in the chaos opened his golden eyes and said the words of great music has the faintest notes. I feel the world belief logo outside of chaos, and then it's time to harvest. With a slight flick of the tail of Chen Xuan's demon god, he connected the world of beautiful women's ghosts from an infinite distance, and hooked all the people, ghosts, and demons in that world into the infinite amplification altar. Ding, detected thousands of human beliefs, triggered a 100-fold increase, and gained hundreds of thousands of human beliefs. Ding, detected the 100 ghost belief, triggered a 100-fold increase, and gained the 10,000 ghost belief. Ding, detected the belief of Yang Soul Ghost Immortal Nie Xiaoqian, triggered a 1,000-fold increase, and obtained a perfect immortal body. Ding, detected the belief in locust trees, triggered a 1,000-fold increase, and obtained 1,000,000-year-old locust tree. Waves of warning sounds echoed in Chen Xuan's ears. As these sounds echoed, the objects in the altar underwent a profound transformation. The belief in ghosts has expanded 100 times and transformed into the belief in 10,000 ghosts. Nie Xiaoqian's faith has expanded 1,000 times, condensed and transformed into a magnificent and perfect immortal flesh shell. Finally, the belief of the tree demon grandma was to provide Chen Xuan with a 1,000,000-year-old locust tree. These gains have enabled Chen Xuan, the chaotic demon god who follows the laws of faith, to finally have the first group of believers in the heavens, taking a solid first step towards the belief in the heavens. Chen Xuan smiled happily and initiated the blessing of faith, sending a blessing along the path of faith to the world of beautiful women's ghosts. At the same time, a grand voice echoed through the hearts of thousands of people and ghosts at the Lanroa sacrificial hall. All sentient beings believe in me, and I will bless them. This situation has made thousands of people exclaim in their hearts that the gods have appeared. The people even forgot about the low temperature around them, worshipped devoutly with the 100 ghosts, and offered their faith to the great chaos god. And the tree demon grandmother in front of the 100 ghosts showed an infinitely uplifted expression, excitedly thinking in her heart. That great blessing has come, Nie Xiaoqian must have relied on that blessing to become an immortal. And Nie Xiaoqian herself, upon hearing the resounding sound of chaos in her ears, her red lips curved slightly and revealed an unparalleled smile, saying. The Chaos God only responded, he really fixed his gaze on this world, it's amazing. The sound of sacrifice erupted at the Lanrua sacrificial hall, and at this moment, it became even louder. Chapter 5. The Great Chaos Gods. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Great Chaos God. The sound of sacrifice sung by sentient beings resounds throughout the world. The Black Mountain Old Demon, who had just walked out of the gates of hell, and the tens of thousands of demons and ghosts it wielded, all heard the grand sacrifice from all living beings. His Majesty the Black Mountain Demon King, the sound of sacrifice seems to have come from the Lanrua Temple, where there seems to be a demon god called the Chaos God being worshipped. Your Majesty, what should we do next? The gaze of the demons and ghosts focused on the black-robed Black Mountain Demon King, asking earnestly. The demon god is definitely fake, it's that old tree pretending to be a ghost. The Black Mountain Old Demon looked towards the direction of Lanrua Temple and sneered, the gods and demons in this world have long died. If the gods and demons were still here, I wouldn't be able to occupy the underworld city. Now all the demons and ghosts follow my orders, continue to act according to the plan, follow me to level the Lanrua Temple, kill that old tree, and marry that female ghost, obey the order of the Black Mountain Demon King. Follow the instructions of the Black Mountain Demon King. Tens of thousands of demons and ghosts raised their Black King flag and respectfully responded. Subsequently, tens of thousands of demons and ghosts transformed into a massive black cloud and rushed towards the original site of Lanrua Temple. Thick black clouds, like a piece of black cloth, covered half of the sky of Lanrua in a very short time. The Black Mountain Old Demon stood with his hands down in the black clouds, gazing with a deep gaze at the original site of Lanrua Temple and discovering an astonishing fact. Lanrua Temple is no longer here. Instead, there is an infinitely grand and solemn altar, where both the tree demon Grandma and his beloved Nie Xiaoqian are worshipping the altar. This scene made the Black Mountain Demon furrow his brows and mutter in confusion, the ancient gods and demons of heaven, and earth have all fallen in ancient disasters, and it is impossible for them to return. Who is this Chaos God? On the other end of the sky, a brilliant sword light pierced through the sky, and it was Nie Xiaoqian, a cultivator, who came with a sword. He stared at the Lanrua altar with a pair of Dharma eyes, listening to the resounding words of sacrifice in his ears, showing a surprised expression. Being worshipped and revered by sentient beings as the Chaos God, he must be the most terrifying demon. After all, in the ancient legend of gods and demons, the only group of gods who dare to call themselves gods are those from the heavenly court. However, those who exist have already perished in the ancient catastrophe and cannot reproduce the human world. So the object of this ritual must be demons, and the objects of worship are likely to be thousands of people from Lanrua town. As a cultivator, Nie Xiaoqian must take action to save the people. As the words fell, Nie Xiaoqian pulled out the millennium-old peachwood sword behind her, ready to find an opportunity to stop this sacrifice. On the other hand, the Black Mountain Demon pondered for a moment and couldn't believe who the Chaos God was. Therefore, he completely believed that the Chaos God was just a person who pretended to be divine and not truly divine. The Black Mountain Old Demon lowered his face and gave orders to the ghosts behind him. Listen to my king's orders, destroy this sacrifice, take down the tree demon Grandma and her accomplices, and catch the people behind the scenes who pretend to be gods and ghosts. Yes. Tens of thousands of demons and ghosts responded, waving flags and transforming into black wind tornadoes, intending to destroy the sacrifice. This sudden situation immediately alarmed the tree demon Grandma, who was most sensitive to the aura of demons and ghosts. It's an old demon from the Black Mountain, wielding 10,000 demons to destroy the sacrifice. The tree demon Grandma looked up at Nie Xiaoqian anxiously and asked, Xiaoqian, what should we do? The sacrificial site of His Majesty the Great God is not allowed to be destroyed by anyone. I will stop him. Nie Xiaoqian spoke seriously and opened her eyes to gaze at the sky, unleashing her own young soul ghost immortal aura. Boom! The sacred and dark red aura of immortals and ghosts rose up into the sky, blowing away the black clouds that covered half of the sky, transforming into a ghost immortal butcher's knife and enveloping the heads of the demons of the Black Mountain faction. Under this butcher's knife, the Black Mountain demons all felt a terrifying life and death crisis, and stopped charging forward. Their spiritual perception made them feel that as long as they took one more step forward, they would be completely killed by the female ghost kneeling on the stairs. Even the Black Mountain demon felt the same way. Nie Xiaoqian, how could it be so strong? It makes even the Demon King feel a deadly threat. The Black Mountain old demon showed an incredulous expression, and then he remembered the message that the tree demon grandma had conveyed to him before. Nie Xiaoqian, you have become an immortal. Originally, the Black Mountain old demon completely sneered at this information, believing it to be false or a lie from the old tree demon. However, now it seems that the old tree demon is not lying. The white-clad female ghost Nie Xiaoqian kneeling on the altar steps has achieved the true young soul ghost immortal. How could this be? How could a little ghost become an immortal so easily? After the Black Mountain Demon King finished speaking, his face turned pitch black and twisted. Looking back, he is the Black Mountain Demon King, who has practiced in the underworld for tens of thousands of years but still has not become an immortal. However, Nie Xiaoqian, this little ghost, became a ghost immortal in just over 10 years. This is not fair. Emotions such as envy, jealousy, and hatred constantly emerge and erupt in the heart of the Black Mountain Demon. On the other hand, Nie Xiaoqian, who was flying with her sword, also sensed Nie Xiaoqian's ghostly and immortal power, and his grip on the sword began to tremble. He had no idea that the ghost hosting the sacrifice was actually a young soul ghost immortal. This level of ghost, in the era when ancient immortals still existed, should also be led by the heavenly court to ascend to the heavenly realm to achieve the existence of immortals. And this kind of ghost personally presides over the sacrifice. One can imagine how terrifying the chaotic deity being worshipped is. However terrifying it may be, I must take action. I am a cultivator who protects the lives of the common people, and it is my mission. After Nie Xiaoqian finished speaking, her eyes became firm, and her sword-holding hand gradually regained calmness. Nie Xiaoqian is ready to sacrifice herself to become a virtuous person. And at this moment, the blessing belonging to the Chaos Demon God, the Chaos Ancient Snake God, finally crossed the infinite world ocean and arrived at the world of the fairy ghost. I saw a huge tear in the sky of the ghost world of the beautiful woman, and blessings wrapped in colorful glow fell from the sky. This scene made Nie Xiaoqian, who was preparing to take action, uncertain. He didn't know what the colorful radiance falling from the sky was all about. On the other hand, the Black Mountain Demon himself also had infinite doubts. In the chat group, the Devil Queen and the Mechanical Heavenly King, two viewers of the live broadcast, analyzed the colorful glow using their respective supercomputers, but the results did not reveal anything. In the end, in front of everyone's eyes, the colorful glow fell from the sky, descended on the Lanrua altar, and exploded. The colorful streams of light shone on thousands of residents in Lanrua town, washing their bodies and minds, prolonging their lifespan by more than 10 years, and even giving them spiritual roots, giving them the possibility of cultivating immortals. Above the sky, Nie Xiaoqian, who wielded a sword and flew into the air, was shocked to see this scene. He didn't expect that the colorful glow would be so miraculous that thousands of mortals could transform into spiritual root owners and become reserves for cultivation. Later, he carefully observed and found that the cultivation talents of these thousands of mortals were very extraordinary, each one being a cultivation genius, not weaker than him. This situation made him even more shocked and exclaimed endlessly, "This kind of glow is extraordinary, comparable to the legendary three lights divine water that inspires the wisdom of all things." Chapter 6. 100 Ghosts Transform into Ghost Kings. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator. Chapter 7. The Blessing of Chaos Gods, Truly Too Strong. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The Tree Demon Grandma and the 100 Ghost Kings in the ghost world of the Qiannu Ghost were fervently worshipping the great Chaos God, and then turned their gaze to the peerless Nie Xiaoqian in white clothes. They secretly pondered in their hearts. Nie Xiaoqian is a missionary of the Chaos God His Majesty and also the initiator of the demon god worship. She may have received the most blessings. As this idea was born in the minds of many people, the largest colorful flowing light on the top of the sky transformed into a meteorite spark and fell on Nie Xiaoqian, merging with her. Boom! The air around Nie Xiaoqian had ripples and oscillations, and the momentum field underwent earth-shattering changes. Becoming extremely sacred, like immortals, Buddhas, and deities. All the original Yang Soul Ghost Qi, gloomy Yin Qi, and gloomy ominous Qi have dissipated, replaced by the magnificent atmosphere, brilliant immortal Qi, and the breath of the brilliant gods and Buddhas. There are even 3 divine flowers looming above its head. Nie Xiaoqian has transformed from a ghost fairy to a heavenly true fairy. The Tree Demon Grandma and the 100 Ghosts exclaimed in surprise when they saw this scene. Although the Tree Demon Grandma and the 100 Ghosts had never seen the heavenly immortals, they could feel an ethereal aura emanating from Nie Xiaoqian's body, which was a sacred and inviolable aura that was naturally 1 level higher than the ghost aura. Above the sky, Yen Qixia, flying with a sword, was shocked to see this scene and her chin dropped. She was completely dumbfounded. In the sect where Yen Qixia belongs, there are biographies of heavenly immortals from thousands of years ago that record the posture of immortals when they descend to the mortal world. The heavenly court immortal, with a brilliant and majestic aura, is called the supreme true immortal. Now Nie Xiaoqian's posture perfectly conforms to the description of immortals descending to the mortal world in sect biographies. The blessing of the Chaos God can transform a ghost immortal into a deity. This method is too incredible. Chaos God, really powerful. At this moment, Yen Qixia's thoughts were completely reversed. On the other hand, the Black Mountain Demon King and his subordinates, who had retreated countless distances, also saw the change in Nie Xiaoqian's aura and knew that Nie Xiaoqian had achieved immortality. The Black Mountain Demon King waved down a group of demons and ghosts and spoke again, persuading the Black Mountain Demon King to believe in the Chaos God. And as the Black Mountain Demon King listened to the advice of the demons, his whole face became extremely stiff, indicating a significant change in his mentality. Nie Xiaoqian has become a fairy. Since ancient times, after the collapse of the heavenly court, no one has become a true immortal, but Nie Xiaoqian has been able to become a true immortal. Is it difficult to become the true body of the Chaos God? Actually, the great heavenly sovereign in the heavenly court, after guessing the words, the Black Mountain Demon King's legs couldn't help but soften and knelt down to beg for mercy from heaven. The great Chaos God, please forgive the little demon. The little demon did not intend to attack the altar before. After seeing this scene, tens of thousands of demons and ghosts behind the Black Mountain Demon King also knelt down with him and apologized to the Chaos God. If this scene is seen by other demon kings and ghost kings in the underworld, it will definitely surprise them. In the underworld, the Black Mountain Demon King controls millions of ghosts and leads a city of feudal death. What a frenzy, but now, he can only kneel down, trembling and pleading for mercy. In the live broadcast room of the Divine Level chat group, Mechanical Skynet and Demon Queen witnessed firsthand the transformation of Nie Xiaoqian's divine body into a divine being, and her breath underwent earth-shattering changes. Mechanical Skynet exclaimed in the live broadcast room, sleeping in bed, Nie Xiaoqian has been promoted again, and the blessings of the Chaos God are also too great. Demon Queen. Previously, Nie Xiaoqian was in the realm of ghosts and immortals and was already equivalent to the gods of the Divine River civilization. Now, Nie Xiaoqian's fusion of divine bestowed bodies has reached an unknown level of promotion. Can she compete with the peak divine body of my civilization? Mechanical Skynet. With my computing power, I cannot calculate the ability of Xiaoqian after promotion. In the world of Qiannu Ghost, Nie Xiaoqian opened her eyes and felt the infinite divine power in the immortal body. A smile of endless excitement appeared at the corner of her mouth, and she extended her white and tender hands together to worship the demon god Chaos beyond the infinite world. At this point, Nie Xiaoqian had already realized that the blessing bestowed upon her by the great Chaos God was a divine body that was 100% compatible with its origin, a true immortal body. This true immortal body has immortal-level characteristics and powerful flesh and blood recovery ability. Even if the body is divided into billions, it can slowly reunite and resurrect. As long as the blood and flesh reunite and are not attacked by the same or even higher-level immortals with their killing power, they are immortal beings. The great Chaos God, your great power is infinite. Your great blessing has been received by Xiaoqian, and you have changed her life. Xiaoqian wished she could make a promise and always be by your side. Nie Xiaoqian looked up at the sky, her red lips lightly lifted, and she expressed her fervent gratitude to the Chaos God beyond the infinite world. At this moment, the chaotic demon god Gu Snake in the chaotic world immediately sensed a mutation in the belief path of the Qiannu Ghost and all living beings, becoming more than twice as thick. This thickened belief line can even support his wisp of demonic thoughts, crossing an infinite distance to reach the world of the fairy ghost. This discovery made a hint of brilliance appear in Chen Xuan's eyes, and he secretly pondered in his heart. I can transmit my thoughts to the world of beautiful women's ghosts and spread more faith, allowing believers to offer more beautiful women's world items, such as the reincarnation of the underworld. There is reincarnation in the world of Qiannu Ghost. If believers such as Nie Xiaoqian and Tree Demon Grandma could offer the reincarnation of the underworld to him, and he could use the power of the altar to amplify it, perhaps he could gain a complete law of reincarnation. In this way, he can transform into a chaotic demon god who controls the laws of faith, reincarnation, and the two great laws. With this kind of wild thinking, Chen Xuan immediately came up with a thought and followed the path of faith, sending it to the world of the beautiful girl's ghost. At the same time, the beings in the world of the ghost of the beautiful woman also learned of the divine revelation, knowing that a strand of demonic spirit from the great Chaos God is about to descend from outside the infinite world to give enlightenment to all beings. The great Chaos God, your immense power is endless. We, as sentient beings, welcome your arrival. The great Chaos God, your immense power is endless. We, as sentient beings, welcome your arrival. All beings bow down, and pray. And Nie Xiaoqian herself, while praying, noticed the barrage comments from Mechanical Skynet and Demon Queen in the chat group live broadcast. She opened her mouth slightly and responded during the live broadcast, now that I have fused with the divine body, I have the power of invincibility. Even if my body is divided into billions, as long as there is no living immortal Buddha using his great divine power to deal with me, I am an immortal existence. After reading the message, Mechanical Skynet exclaimed in amazement, even if your body is divided into billions, you can still survive. Nie Xiaoqian, your divine body is amazing. Demon Queen. This ability is only possessed by the top divine bodies in the God River world. The blessing of the Chaos God, it is really too strong. In the world of the divine river, the most powerful divine body is flesh and blood. To achieve this level of divine body, a civilization needs to spend thousands of years collecting resources from more than 10 planets in a river system in order to achieve it. The Demon Queen herself, who achieved the highest divine body in the divine river, also emptied the resources of a galaxy. And Nie Xiaoqian only held a sacrificial ceremony and gained the indestructible physical characteristics possessed by the highest divine body. This kind of thing creates infinite complex emotions in the Devil Queen's heart, both envious and amazed, and even more shocking. Chapter 8. Greetings to the Great Chaos God. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the Lan Roa altar in the ghost world of Qiannu, the radiance of the sacrificial rune shines brighter and brighter, like the second sun in the world, bursting with extremely brilliant brilliance. The dazzling radiance illuminates the 9 heavens and turns into a chaotic path symbol, leading to the arrival of the Supreme Being. Boom! I only heard a huge roar coming from between heaven and earth, the sky and the starry space tearing apart, and a huge chaotic creature descended. That is an indescribable vast chaos, which seems to be the embodiment of Tao Ze, the supreme law. Just appearing causes the heavens and earth to twist and shatter. It seems that neither heaven nor earth can carry it. That's His Majesty the Chaos God. That is the Supreme Deity. Congratulations to the arrival of Your Majesty. Congratulations to Your Majesty for coming. Nie Xiaoqian, Lan Rua Bai Gui, Tree Demon Grandma, and thousands of residents, upon seeing the chaos in the sky, all realized that it was the highest deity they believed in. They then knelt down to welcome them and spoke a respectful voice. The sound of welcoming echoed through the world, filled with gratitude, and fanaticism. On the other side of the sky, Nie Xiaoqian, who wielded her sword and flew into the air, saw the chaotic figure on the sky. She felt that the figure was the incarnation of the supreme demon god of chaos, and even thought of an ancient legend in her mind. Legend has it that this world was opened up by a chaotic demon god holding an ancient giant axe. Is it difficult? This is an existence that is even older than ancient immortals and can rival the groundbreaking chaotic demon god. If it's really what I thought, then the origin of this chaos god is really amazing. After speaking, Nie Xiaoqian took a cold breath and was shocked by her conjecture. On the earth thousands of miles away, the Black Mountain Old Demon and the group of demons and ghosts he waved saw the chaotic figure that tore apart the world. They thought that the figure was due to their previous disrespectful behavior, so they kowtowed even harder, even bleeding out. The sound of begging for mercy resounds through. In the chat group live broadcast room, the Demon Queen and Mechanical Skynet also saw the chaotic figure through the live camera. Without any hesitation, they used their strongest computing power to calculate the chaotic figures. However, at the moment the calculation unfolded, a terrifying explosion occurred in the calculation tools. For example, in the world of Mechanical Skynet, hundreds of quantum computers scattered throughout the world erupted in a chain explosion in an instant. Boom, boom sound, resounding. In the world of Shenhe, the top celestial computer of Shenhe civilization, the Big Clock, also experienced a huge explosion while calculating that chaotic moment. The computer explosion images of 2 worlds made Mechanical Skynet and Demon Queen realize that the figure of that chaotic demon god is truly taboo, incalculable and unpredictable. In the group chat live broadcast room, Mechanical Skynet made a barrage of comments with lingering fear, saying, "The Chaos God is too terrifying. Just calculating its form has caused me to scrap most of my quantum computers. Even if it weren't for my quick reaction, I might have ruined my own intelligence." The Demon Queen responded with a barrage, "It's truly terrifying. Just calculating its form would completely render the top-level celestial computer in our God River world unusable." Mechanical Skynet. Next, I need to take a good rest. Demon Queen. +1, in the world of Qiannu Ghost, the thoughts of the Chaos Demon God awakened and felt the environment of this world, realizing that this world was crazily rejecting him as an outsider. Chen Xuan frowned and made a slight calculation in his heart before coming to a surprising conclusion. 3 minutes. If you don't leave in 3 minutes, the will of this world will raise the power of the whole world to fight against him. How can the will of this world be so exclusive and crazy? No, we can't let this world go to waste. This world can survive my followers. The task must be instructed within 3 minutes. Chen Xuan pondered like this, mobilizing his own thoughts to form a black and white demon eye, watching his followers emit the supreme voice. "I, as a god of chaos, believe in me, and he will have eternal life and immortality. Those who spread my teachings will have eternal life." Under the Lanrua altar, thousands of believers kneel and worship it. Above the sky, Nie Xiaoqian, who wielded her sword and flew into the air, also bowed. Thousands of miles away, the Black Mountain Old Demon kowtowed even more happily. Please, the great chaos god, issue an imperial decree. Nie Xiaoqian looked up at the chaos in the sky and said this sentence with a light red lips. Okay. Above the sky, Chen Xuan's thoughts turned slightly, and the chaotic wind blew and turned into a tornado connecting Nie Xiaoqian's forehead, conveying the will message belonging to the demon god. Conquer the Netherworld Heavenly Court. Sacrifice the Netherworld Heavenly Court. As long as the mission is completed, his chaos god will once again descend and bless. At that time, Nie Xiaoqian, who is the most fanatical believer, will become his holy maiden and be led to the chaos holy realm. After receiving these messages, Nie Xiaoqian opened her eyes and showed infinite excitement, kowtowing to chaos in the sky. Your Majesty, the great deity, I will definitely complete the task you have assigned perfectly, ascend to the chaos holy realm, and become your most outstanding saint sitting down. After speaking these words, Nie Xiaoqian had already begun to imagine serving the great deities in the chaos holy realm after soaring. I'm looking forward to it. The sound of Chen Xuan's bell echoed through the chaos. After saying this sentence, Chen Xuan noticed a group of demons and ghosts kowtowing to him 1,000 miles away. He immediately realized that it was the Black Mountain Old Demon and the group of demons and ghosts it had swung. Without any hesitation, he transformed into a chaotic hand with his own demonic will and struck 90,000 miles, sweeping across the area where the Black Mountain Demon was located like a wind, volcano, and forest. However, in an instant, he crushed the Black Mountain Demon and its surrounding demons into ashes. Shooting at the demon god altar, still thinking about the quasi-saint Nie Xiaoqian, I waved, now I want to plead for my forgiveness, dream. Chen Xuan sneered and turned his thoughts around, immediately realizing that the malice around him was increasing, and the world was going to fight against his thought. Chen Xuan, who confirmed this, earnestly ordered the believers to assist Nie Xiaoqian in completing the task assigned by him in the sky. Zun, the Supreme Great Chaos God's command. Zun, the Supreme Great Chaos God's command. Thousands of believers bowed and knelt in unison to respond. The next moment, the believers found that the chaos in the sky had dissipated without a trace. Farewell to the Great Supreme Chaos God. Farewell to the Great Supreme Chaos God. Farewell to the Great Supreme Chaos God. A group of believers shouted 3 times, showing infinite reluctance towards the great demon god. At the next moment, Nie Xiaoqian stood up from the steps of the altar and quietly turned to scan the believers with beautiful eyes. She rolled up her white sleeves and said, Your Majesty's gaze has shifted to other worlds. We must now perfectly carry out the task assigned by Your Majesty, so that Your Majesty's gaze can return to our world and bless us. I'll wait, I understand. The 100 ghost kings, the ghost immortal tree demon grandma, and thousands of Lanrua people responded enthusiastically. Nie Xiaoqian's beautiful eyes narrowed and she said seriously, Next, we will go to the cycle of the underworld to destroy everything, occupy the cycle of the underworld, and dedicate it to the great Your Majesty. Respected, the Order of the Virgin. A group of believers bowed their hands in response. Let's go. Chapter 9. The Law of Reincarnation with a 10,000-fold increase in growth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Let's go. Nie Xiaoqian waved her white sleeves and led the tree demon grandma and the 100 ghost king to transform into waves of Yin wind, blowing into the gates of ghosts and reincarnation in the underworld. This scene was witnessed by Nie Xiaoqian, who was flying with a sword above the sky, causing her to show a solemn expression and mutter, Reincarnation is about to undergo a drastic change, and no one in this world can stop this earth-shattering transformation. As the words fell, Nie Xiaoqian swiftly returned to the sect with her sword. The next day, Nie Xiaoqian returned to the sect gate of Shu Mountain and urgently reported that Lan Ruozhen seems to have a chaotic deity coming, which shook the entire Shu Mountain. Nie Xiaoqian, is what you said true? The head of Shu Mountain, with a white beard and a fairy-like demeanor, earnestly inquired with Nie Xiaoqian. I really can't be any more serious. Then I will use the Daomen True technique and take a look at the land of reincarnation. The head of Xushan knew that Yen Qixia was not a person who liked to joke, so he directly cast a spell to lure his own spiritual essence into the reincarnation underworld, and saw the overturned reincarnation heaven and earth. Only to see, between the reincarnation underworld, dozens of reincarnation giant cities have changed their royal flags. A heavenly maiden with an ultimate divine aura, leading billions of demons and ghosts, creates a mysterious altar in the city of wasteful death. Seems to offer sacrifices to a great terror. Seeing these, the head of Shu Mountain looked shocked. According to Yen Qixia, these beings only entered the cycle for one day, and it was on this day that most of the cycle of the underworld was overturned. A stunning transformation has already occurred. The head of Xushan completely believed Yen Qixia's report and understood that there was indeed a chaotic deity descending in this world. Chaos World Chaos Demon God. The ancient snake lifted its huge demon god head and stirred the infinite chaos tide, its gaze gazing at the world of beautiful women's ghosts beyond the infinite dimension. Chen Xuan's perception of the demon god could sense the presence of Nie Xiaoqian, a believer in the ghost world of Qiannu, as well as the existence of Tree Demon Grandma, 100 Ghost Kings, and others in the cycle of the underworld. They held a second demon god sacrifice. The sacred offering is the reincarnation of the underworld in the world of the beautiful girl's ghost, containing a large amount of reincarnation breath in the reincarnation giant city. Dozens of reincarnation giant cities are turned into offerings, following the path of faith from the world of the fairy ghost, crossing the sea of the void world, and rapidly sailing towards the chaotic world. This situation was noticed by Chen Xuan, causing his demonic eyes to show waves of joy as he said, "Believers are very efficient. I just took a nap and offered the sacrifice I wanted." As the words fell, there was a slight fluctuation in the chaotic space in front of Chen Xuan, and dozens of cities with a breath of reincarnation emerged. Each of these cities is even larger than the ancient imperial city, capable of accommodating billions of ghosts. In front of Chen Xuan, the majestic chaos demon god, these dozens of cities are too small to be held in the palm of one's hand and played with, like figurines. Chen Xuan stretched out the demon god's true body and held dozens of giant cities in his hands, carefully sensing them, confirming that there was a faint aura of the law of reincarnation contained within these cities. So he turned his hands and crushed dozens of giant cities, leaving only the dozens of subtle strands of the law of reincarnation, and threw all these even smaller than a strand of hair into the infinite amplification altar. A grand mechanical voice sounded inside the amplification altar. Ding, detected the host believer's ritual cycle law, triggering a 10,000-fold amplification. As the sound fell, the amplification altar engraved with ancient runes began to shine with the ultimate amplification light. Radiance shines on the vast chaotic world. At the center of the altar, dozens of tiny strands of reincarnation rules were illuminated by the increasing light, and their volume instantly skyrocketed. The rules of reincarnation, the mysteries of the rules, and the aura of the Great Way contained within them also skyrocketed tens of thousands of times. The breath of the law of reincarnation emanates from the altar of amplification, causing the surrounding chaotic energy to tremble in waves, as if it is about to reincarnate from chaos into the innate yin-yang and 5 elements. Standing beside the altar, the chaos ancient snake couldn't help but smile excitedly upon seeing this scene. He reached out and extracted the law of reincarnation from the amplification altar, then stuffed it into his mouth and swallowed it. Boom! The body of the demon god shook violently, and an ancient and vast cycle of true meaning erupted from within, constantly washing away the body of the demon god. The body of the chaos demon god is undergoing transformation, condensation, and growth. The final body size reached its limit, breaking through the barrier of tens of millions of zhang and reaching an extremely terrifying state. The physical body in this situation has surpassed the initial quasi-saint and reached a new level. Quasi-holy middle rank. This marks that Chen Xuan's physique has undergone a transformation, achieving the divine body of the law of reincarnation possessing the power to control it. It also signifies that he has transformed from a chaotic demon god who only controls the laws of faith to a super demon god who controls both the laws of faith and reincarnation. Who? Chen Xuan opened his eyes and let out a breath, causing endless turbulence. He raised his hand and feet, causing the chaotic earth to vibrate. This made him clearly aware that after his physical body transformed into a reincarnated divine body, his physical strength had greatly increased. I have only taken the first step on the path of preaching to the heavens, and a few gains have allowed my physical strength to grow so greatly. I am really looking forward to the future more and more. After whispering, the ancient snake lifted the huge head of the demon god and gazed into the chaotic distance. He can sense that there is a chaotic demon god on the other side of the distant chaos that can form a connection with him, and that is the legitimate reincarnation demon god in the chaotic world. The reincarnation demon god's will tomb has just completed a stage of cultivation, and opening the eye of reincarnation, one can sense an astonishing situation from the chaotic world. On the other side of the distant chaos, a second chaotic demon god emerged who controlled the law of reincarnation. This special situation caused the reincarnation demon god Lunmu to show a look of surprise. You should know that in the chaotic world, there are a total of 3,000 chaotic demon gods, each corresponding to a great road rule. And for each chaos demon god, there will be a huge bonus to practicing the exclusive Tao law. It can be said that before the chaos demon god practiced his own exclusive Tao law to the realm of enlightenment, he would hardly venture into the second Tao law. According to the reincarnation demon god will tomb induction, the aura of the chaos demon god on the other side is only hovering in the quasi-holy realm, and has not yet formed a path or entered the realm of enlightenment. This does not prohibit the reincarnation of the demon god, Lunmu. The demon god's face, covered in pitch-black scales like crocodiles, exudes a cold and ferocious smile. The foolish demon god on the other side wants to comprehend the law of reincarnation and compete with me, a demon god specializing in reincarnation, to become the reincarnation master. He is really seeking death. In this chaotic world, no one knows reincarnation better than me. The master of the law of future reincarnation will only be me, chaos demon god will tomb. The demon god on the other side is destined to become my stepping stone. As the words fell, the demon god will tomb of reincarnation closed its pupils of chaotic color reincarnation and entered a state of law practice. On the other hand, Chen Xuan sat down on the chaotic land, controlling the demon god's true body, quietly pondering the next action plan. After careful consideration, Chen Xuan knew what he should do next. Continue to spread the seeds of faith in the world of Qiannu Ghost, let Nie Xiaoqian lead his followers to occupy the entire cycle of the underworld, and hold the third holy sacrifice to package and offer all the power of reincarnation in Qiannu Ghost to him. In addition, it is necessary to plan, deceive, other members of the God-level chat group, so that they can also become believers. Chapter 10. The Great Success of Missionary Mission. Mechanical Skynet enters the urn. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After the Qiannu Ghost World sacrifice was held, dozens of reincarnation giant cities disappeared, and billions of ghosts lost their habitats for survival. This situation made hundreds of millions of ghosts extremely fearful. After all, without the solid walls of the reincarnation giant city to protect it, hundreds of millions of ghosts cannot continue to survive on the dark earth ravaged by the 9 Ghosts Hurricane. At the moment of billions of ghosts, panic, fear, and despair. Nie Xiaoqian, the 100 Ghosts King, and the Tree Demon Grandma, who held the sacred sacrifice, saw the opportunity for development and quickly took action. They scattered throughout the underworld, finding hundreds of millions of homeless ghosts, and told them about the demon worship method. They also expressed that reciting this method in their hearts would allow them to receive a great gaze of chaos and not be torn apart by the hurricane of the underworld. The hearts of billions of ghosts are skeptical about this. They can sense the terrifying Ghost King and Ghost Fairy level aura on the bodies of the 100 Ghost King, the Tree Demon Grandma, Nie Xiaoqian, and others. The ghosts dare not have too much excitement and can only act as living horse doctors, grasping the straw of the demon god's sacrifice law and reciting it. Chaos, majesty, and powerful demonic illusions emerge in the hearts of billions of ghosts. Watching the billions of ghosts of this demon god, they suddenly felt at ease. They could sense that the supreme demon god, chaos god, worshipped by the demon god worship method could only protect them. At this moment, they understood something. Nie Xiaoqian, Tree Demon Grandma, and others were truly not lying. The demon worship method can really protect them. So, a reassuring smile appeared on the faces of billions of ghosts. At the same time, the supreme chaotic ancient snake in the chaotic world has received the faith of billions of ghosts. The power of faith surged. This situation surprised the ancient snake who had just finished thinking. The number of believers in the world of Qiannu Ghost has skyrocketed by 1 billion. What is this? Goose Snake adjusted his mind and followed the eyes of faith to investigate. Knowing the actions of Nie Xiaoqian and others, he couldn't help but marvel that these people are all talented and excellent believers. So, following the faith path of believers such as Nie Xiaoqian, he delivered a sentence. Well done. This sentence crossed the ocean of the world and arrived at the ghost world of Qiannu, echoing in the ears of believers such as Nie Xiaoqian, making them express deep excitement and cheer. His Majesty the Great God has seen our efforts. He has been following us all along. We must work harder to spread the teachings of the demon god worship method in the underworld, so that more people can feel the glory of great gods. The believers led by Nie Xiaoqian are all determined to seize the entire cycle of the underworld as quickly as possible, offer the entire cycle of the underworld to the great gods, and develop all ghosts in the underworld into believers. Nie Xiaoqian thought to herself. I must work even harder to become a saint and go to the chaos upper realm to serve the great emperor. Tree Demon Grandma. I want to achieve accomplishments in order to gain more attention from the gods and further advance on the ghost immortal avenue. Believers, like being beaten with chicken blood, start to work hard. This emotion is even transmitted to the chaotic world through the path of faith. Chen Xuan felt this and a happy smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, saying, with my encouragement, my followers will definitely accelerate their attack and take over the entire reincarnation underworld. As the words fell, Chen Xuan opened a divine-level chat group. With a glance, group chat messages reach 99+ are the group members in the water group. Or has something big happened in the world of these two group members? Chen Xuan raised his eyebrows and browsed through the chat information, only to see 2 new members added to the divine-level chat group. One new group is named Qin Wangzheng, and the other new group is named Wandering Blue Star. The appearance of these 2 group members made Chen Xuan have some speculations about the strange event of the chat group itself in his heart. It seems that this god-level chat group will automatically add people, but I don't know if these 2 newly added group members are the ones I know of. Chen Xuan pondered and continued to browse more group chat records, then thoroughly confirmed through analysis that Qin Wangzheng was the first emperor of the Qin dynasty he had in mind. And another member of the group wandered Blue Star. According to his own message in the group, he is the will of a planet, but currently the planet is in a state of escaping from the sun that is about to explode. This information made Chen Xuan confirm that the group member who claimed to be a wandering blue star was probably the escaping blue star in his memory. Confirming their identities, Chen Xuan couldn't help but feel an excited smile at the corner of his mouth, muttering to himself, an Emperor Qin Shi who unified the 6 kingdoms and controlled millions of Li people. And a planet will carrying over 1 billion humans on the run, worth my thought, hospitality, beheading, and accepting as a follower. At this moment, the old member of the mechanical world, Mechanical Skynet, logged into the divine-level chat group and typed and spoke. At Chaos God, may I ask if you have a mechanism to follow rules and possess true intelligence and wisdom like humans? Chen Xuan was momentarily taken aback by this message and immediately thought of something. He smiled and spoke in the chat group, saying, although I am not omnipotent, I can indeed make the dead produce true wisdom. Chen Xuan, who has already mastered some of the laws of reincarnation, possesses the ability to enlighten and generate true spiritual wisdom from a stone or even a mechanical creation. What do I need to do? Knowing that the Chaos God can only generate creative intelligence like humans, Skynet was extremely excited as he typed and inquired in the group. Chaos God. Spreading the demon worship method in the heavens, or reciting the demon worship method, can be watched by me and obtain true spiritual wisdom. Mechanical Skynet. Okay. After speaking, Mechanical Skynet has gone offline. Skynet has made up its mind to believe in the Chaos God, allowing itself to obtain creative, true wisdom and soul radiance like humans, lay the foundation for the development of mechanical civilization. Meanwhile, the demon queen of Shenhe world, Qin Wangjing of Daqin world, and Wandering Blue Star all silently peeked into the chat group and saw the communication between Chaos God and Mechanical Skynet, with different opinions. The demon queen of the Divine River world was shocked in her heart. She did not expect the terrifying power of the Chaos God to awaken the machinery's wisdom. You should know that in the world of God River, all gods are technology gods and have their own celestial computers. If the celestial computer belonging to God awakens wisdom, is that God a celestial computer or a god itself? This is a big problem. In the world of the great Qin dynasty, Prince Qin Jingpan sat on the throne, pondering silently. Is it true that the Chaos God has such powerful power to enlighten dead objects, create living beings, and create chaos? Wandering in the world of blue stars, the will of the planet sees the communication between Chen Xuan and Skynet, and then thinks of the scene of thousands of planetary engines giving birth to wisdom, obeying his commands to race around the universe. Thinking of the beauty, the wandering blue star's eyes lit up and he thought. If the chat content I saw is true, the Chaos God can really give mechanical wisdom, perhaps I can ask him to enlighten the planetary engine. Then I will truly be able to control myself, little Pak Ball, to race in the universe, wherever I want to go.